Hello, and welcome to Alienate UK. Super Chat and Super Stickers are now active.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to a updated version. It's not an updated version, but an update version of Alienate UK. I'm going to put some background music on because it gets too silent when it's just me talking. So I'm going to use baby's music. It's just on loop, so that's just going to be running. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. So thank you for joining me Friday afternoon. Off work today, so I've been quite active with what I've got going on and what's happening. So updates, and there's quite a few. So it's going to be talking about what's going on over the next 2 months. I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat. So Simon, Elaine, Shelley, Wayne, Michelle. That's all I can see. So thanks for joining. I'm going to be back on at 8:30. Forgot what time. 8:30 tonight. Got Trey Hudson coming on, who's part of Skinwalker Ranch. So he's going to be diving into all that kind of stuff. So get your questions ready for that. I'll also be joined by Nicole. I'm guessing she's feeling better. She's not told me any different. So let's just see how it goes. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, let me know if the music's too loud because I can only hear how it is. World War 3, I'm not sure about that. I hope not, because I've got loads of stuff that I need to do. Right, so first one is I went to Dave Hodrian's Bufog last night, and there's a really good guy on talking, guy called Aid Morris. Very, very similar accounts and goings on, should we say. There's a lot of us and people in the chat, particularly Mr. Simon Riley. Very, pretty much identical with what Simon's had going on. So I'm hoping to get him on as a guest. Didn't really get a chance to talk to him at the end, but I did speak to him when they had a break. So luckily he'll come on. We did, like I said, we did have a quick chat and what have you. So yeah, he's a really nice guy, and yeah, just his accounts and stories and just fascinating. So he might actually have a spare boot. I didn't ask him that, but we can find out anyway. Right, so first update. So this is for the Paracon that I was supposed to be speaking at in August. I don't know if anyone's seen, but Ben did put a live out on Wednesday evening saying that it's all been cancelled again. So that is now not going to be happening. So I don't know if it's going to change. No idea. He just sent me a message and then he did a live stream saying it's not happening and the reasons why. So just how it goes. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I'm going to be going to more of the Bufog meetings. It's only like once a month, and the one that Ash Alice does in Manchester, I want to start going to them as well. I know it's a bit of a trek, but if I plan it right, it'll work itself out. So I want to go to more ones that are happening all the time rather than waiting for the bigger ones, like the one down in Bridgewater. I'm not going to the next one, but the one that Steve Mary is doing in next month in Oldham. But rather than waiting for them, I want to start going to the smaller ones and find out what's going on with them in a lot more detail. I do have an update as well as to the balloon that I seen that wasn't a balloon. I've been speaking to someone this afternoon, and they actually had someone contact them with a very similar or same encounter, saying that they could see what looked like a hot air balloon, but it wasn't a balloon. So, going to find out, that person's going to get more detail on that, and then hopefully send it across to me, and then literally compare notes. So that is very, very interesting. So yeah, so that was BFOG and the balloon thing, which I spoke about the other day. I did actually, for those who don't know, I did actually see a hot air balloon earlier on this week, and it was a hot air balloon. And the two, and I've compared everything side by side, the speed, the distance, the travel, everything you can think of. And hot air balloon that I did see that was a hot air balloon this week was nothing like the other two that I'd seen. First glance, them others looked like hot air balloons, because I had to keep looking out the side windows to see to see if it was still there, and there was no way it could have kept. There's no way it could have kept up with me for 18 mile at 65 miles an hour. Impossible. Because me driving towards this one this week took less than 40 seconds, and within 2 minutes it was completely out of sight. And even if it had been travelling in the same direction, there's no way it could have kept up with me unless it was tied on a rope on the back or it had a jet engine fitted to it. So yeah, can rule that out, but there are other people that have seen similar things, but I'm going to jump back to that in a while. So this is what we've got coming up. So next Saturday, going to be meeting up in Rendlesham with Alex and Elaine and whoever else is going. So that's next Saturday the 19th. I'm going to get there around about midday. If there's no one else about, just go for a bit of a wander on my own, come back. I'm not taking all the stuff that I normally take. I'm just going to take pendulum, dowsing rods, a K2 meter, torches, 2 torches just in case decide to use them or walk back in the dark, and possibly the drone, not 100% sure yet. So I spoke to Alex is it last week or the week before? Yeah, so I've got to speak to him this week about that. So just about, obviously we meet up at the same place, so if anyone is interested in going, we meet at East Gate Car Park. It's signed, it takes you straight to it, it's right at the side of the runway. You can't miss it. It's not a big car park, but it's the biggest car park out of them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to be getting there about 1 o'clock, depending on traffic. So that's this Saturday, or week tomorrow, sorry, not this Saturday, next Saturday, the 19th. Then on the 20th, which is Easter Sunday, I'm going to be on Alex's show, The Lounge, at 7 p.m. So we're going to be talking about what went on while we were there, amongst other stuff. Elaine had already asked me to go on there before I'd arranged to meet up with everyone at Rendlesham. So, but it kind of like ties two birds with one stone, doesn't it? It just makes it easier. So we've got that happening. So that's some Easter Sunday the 20th. Then next Friday the 18th, that is going to be our last official Friday podcast. So we've got Heidi Pop coming on. That's 8:30 for 90 minutes. So she's going to come on. That's, like I said, we're going to have a bit of a thing. Well, more like an ending of the Fridays, because I think I've been doing the Fridays now for 3 years. So it's going to be weird not doing anything on Friday evening as such, because some Fridays I'm just going to be sat chilling watching TV. Most of them like between now and September, I just keep looking at the calendar. Between now and September, I've got a lot of Fridays where I've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of weekends. For the next 5 weeks, I've only got 4. For the next 5 weeks, I'm doing 4-day working weeks. So I'm either off the Friday or the Monday, like I said, for the next 5 weeks. So during that time, I've got a lot of stuff planned over that weekend. Like I said, either the Friday or the Monday. So just getting a lot of stuff sorted, like, but more getting prepping stuff, getting stuff ready for what's going to be happening later on in the year, as well as going out and doing some filming. So that's next weekend covered. Then, so I'm just looking at all the notes I've wrote, and I've not wrote anything in order. Loads of guests coming on the Wednesdays. Fridays, for those who don't know, are gonna be going out for members only. So if you are not a member, you won't be able to view a Friday, and I won't be releasing it anytime soon to make it public. It will only go out to paying members. So regardless of what tier you are on, if you're not a member, and even if you're not a member, you ain't going to be able to see it. I'm not going to make, like I said, I'm not going to make it public. So when we do the 10 membership giveaway at the beginning of the month, you will also be entitled and be able to watch the Friday streams that we do. But all of them are going to remain members, because I think you guys have given so much towards the channel, to the running, the cost of it, and helping it and keep it going and what have you. Like I said, it's just time. The time has come now where I've been able to give something back. I know it's not a lot, but it's something's better than nothing, is it? I don't know. You guys tell me. You might think, what a load of old tripe, and just not want anything to do with it. But I am. That's just the start of it. There's going to be more stuff as everything progresses. So that's it on that. Then, so we have got a couple of Fridays booked. We've got the 9th of May with Brandon and Dawn. Like I said, members only. And then we've got going to Cannock Chase on April the 10th. So I'm meeting up with I'm picking a couple of people up en route, all being well. So we're going to do a meet up at Cannock. May the 10th. Sorry, it didn't look like it's the right month. So Saturday, May the 10th. If the weather is that bad, then we're not going to bother. But as long as it's like it has been today, even if it's overcast, as long as it's not chucking it down, then we're going to go. And just get there about midday, stay till early evening, and then just have a chat, have a walk about, see if we get anything. If people want to stay over later, they can do. I've not decided yet whether I'm going to stay over or not, or go early evening. Just play it by ear, see how it goes. So anyone interested, just drop me a message. Then on May the 17th is when the Awakening, Steve, Barry and Paul and that are doing up in Oldham. I'm not going to that because I already had plans to meet up with people in Northampton. So we're going to be going out investigating a couple of cemeteries around here that you guys know, the Kingsfort Cemetery and the church ruins. So we're going to go there, do some filming, probably do a short live. That will be available to everyone because obviously it's on a Saturday. So and the people involved know who they are, but I'm gonna keep it quiet until the actual day, and hopefully a bit of a surprise for everyone. And then at the end of the month, on the 30th of May, it's a cryptid conference Daniel's doing down in Bridgewater. So that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to be going down there, meeting up with people, collect my signed book from Ronnie LeBlanc. God knows what house I've bought. But I'm going to be doing that the Friday, Saturday. Hopefully, I think we're going to have a much about in the woods around the area. There are a few people that we're going to be meeting up with, so just see how that goes. I'm going to do a couple of live streams from there. Hopefully get a couple of recordings done as well, pre-recorded. They're going to go out on the Fridays, so that'll be members only as well. And that is then the end of May. So the 4th of June, Wednesday. So we're going to talk about... I'm going to try and get guests on that were there at the conference, but I need to speak to them first. And hopefully on Wednesday the 4th of June, I'm going to do like a panel show of people that were at the conference, getting to talk about and their thoughts and just general Q&A really. So that is pretty much everything up until the end of May. So I'm just like, because I wrote stuff down, I've got stuff on the calendar as well. Just give me 1 second while I read this. Can't even read my own handwriting. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything we've got going on. So the guests are still going to be carrying on Wednesday. It's going to be 8:30 till 10 o'clock. We're cutting it down to 90 minutes, doing a more intense and more informative podcast. Rather than dragging it out over 2 hours, that last 30 minutes, just squash it all in so it doesn't fade out. It doesn't get boring towards the end. I hope not anyway. Yeah, and just go from there. So, the other news that I've been told I can talk about it, but I'm not going to give too much away right now, he says. So, I've recorded something. Yeah, any secrets you can tell us about, but you can't tell us about, but want to. Well, I've had a discussion with the person this afternoon, and I can talk about it, but I'm only going to give so much away because I don't want to ruin it too much. So, about 2 hours ago, me and this other person did a recording. This recording is going to be going out on Sunday at 7 PM on their YouTube channel. And then you'll find, if you what? Oh no, it's right. I was thinking it's going to clash with the one Alex is doing. It will do, but I'm not on that one, so it doesn't matter. Sorry, Alex's guest for next week, but for this week. But yeah, you just need to watch this other channel at 7 PM. I have put a link up on Facebook to it. But I think that podcast is more for the other person, for their viewers to get an inkling as to what's going on. So, do I tell ya? Do not tell ya? If I'm going to tell, I'm just going to have to come out and say it. If I don't, I'm just going to prolong it, and it's going to take about 3 days for me just to confuse myself, confuse you, and none of us will be any the wiser. So I'm going to wait to see how many people put yay or nay in the chat, and the one that hits 3 first is whether I tell you or not. So just wait for you guys now. Oh, while I wait for that, merchandise. So I found a cheaper alternative for people to buy Alienate clothing. I've had some textile transfers made up that you iron on, and as you can see the name of the company where I bought the t-shirt from. I bought that this morning. Yeah, transfer is on, and that costs less than a £5 for all of it. No, costs less than £8 for all of it. But the thing is, Simon, he's put, nah, keep your secrets for once in your life. Oh, I've kept so many secrets, but that's something else. It's not a secret as such. I know a couple of you do know, because I have mentioned it to you. Some of you may have guessed. I don't know. But I've been told that I can tell you. So it's whether you guys want to find out now or want to find out officially. So let us know, yeah? While I do that, if anyone is interested in any of the merchandise, it's not massive, or it's just stickers and the key rings, as you can see. So worked it out. If you want them individually, it works out £3.50, but that will include £3.50 plus postage. So the top left is the transfer, then the key ring, and then the bottle opener and the large decal for cars and laptops, and the holographic stickers, the 2 little Alienate stickers with the text and the 2 without, and then I'll throw a strip of the Scan Me stickers, which just takes you straight to the YouTube channel. So they work out, for all of that would be 20 quid including postage, but to buy it individually would work out about £3.50 plus postage. So if you want it, let us know. If you don't, then I'm just stuck with a box load of Alien 8 stuff. So it's down to you guys. Alright, people are saying surprise us. People are saying they want to know now. Right, I'll tell you half of it then. You could use it for that if you can get close enough, Wayne. Right, let me think how I can word it. It is going to be... Okay, so I did an interview this afternoon on somebody's podcast. At the end of that, you will find out what is going on. If you don't want to wait until the end of that, I am going to tell you now. So if you don't want to know, mute the sound for about 20 seconds. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to mute it if you don't want to know now. And then I'll do a thumbs up when I finish talking about it. So I'll count to 5 and then I'll tell you. Fine. Right, so I am going to be co-hosting on another podcast with somebody else who has been a guest on here, also based in the UK. I've met this person in real life as well, and they're great to get on with. And it came about, we explained it more on the other podcast as to how it come about. I'd put that comment up about YouTube and kind of thinking of not running it on here anymore, but doing it differently and finding different platforms. No, Simon, unfortunately it's not you. No, not every week. We're gonna start doing it once a month. Now this person did do podcasts quite regular, but hasn't been able to do any for a while. The person that I was doing it with, their co-host, unfortunately, due to other commitments, is unable to commit to doing this. Now, they've not fallen out. There's nothing like that. They're still great friends. Everything's fine and dandy. It's just they've got a lot of other stuff going on. Writing books, doing events, just busy doing stuff. So unfortunately for them, they can't commit. Fortunately for me, I was having a conversation with this other person, and we was kind of like talking about different ideas and what have you. And in the conversation, the other person said something, and it was like, oh, a bit of a light bulb moment. So I put an idea across and was bouncing back a little bit, and then another idea got put up, and it's like, what if I was to co-host? And we was both like, oh my, that'd be so cool. So I shall be co-hosting on somebody else's podcast. It's gonna go out once a month. That person is putting the recording that we did this afternoon is going to be going out at some point over the weekend on YouTube. and I'm going to go from there. Now they look at stuff from a different angle as to how I look at stuff, and vice versa. So we've got it from their concept to my concept. It's all still paranormal and supernatural and non-human. So it's still in this realm, pun intended. But it's going to be good that it's got a different yeah, it's going to be a different take on it. Some weeks is going to be guests on, some weeks is not. I think most of them are going to be pre-recorded rather than going out live. We are going to do some live. We're still going to work on it, and then that's it. And hopefully it'll bring people from this channel to their channel, and from their channel to this channel, and we're just going to be, I suppose, a constant collaboration of what we do, because it is very, very similar. This person's been doing it a lot, well, doing it more in depth than what I have. They do a lot more research than I do. I literally don't do any. Just haven't got the time, to be honest. That's why it's just easier to interview people. I'm not trying, it's not like a cop-out, it's just if I wasn't working full-time, I'd just be sat at the computer, I'd be out and about just constantly researching and trying to find stuff out. I do a lot more now than I've ever done before, but I just don't think it's enough to be on par with them. So Og's just asked, are they going to be shown on air, or have we got to go to the other? So you will have to go to the other channel to watch what's going on, because like I said, I'm only co-hosting. So it's not going to be anything to do with Alienate other than me being on there. That's it. That's it, really. So like I said, we recorded a show this afternoon that's going to be going out the weekend. I have been dropping hints, and I think they've been pretty big hints. I don't know if anyone's picked up on them. The hints are all over YouTube. Some are on Facebook, they're not as big, but the YouTube hints are there. Was going to put it out tomorrow night, but we're both busy, so I'm not going to be able to go in the chat to talk about it. So that's why it's going out on Sunday, because we've both not really got anything going on. And that's really it. That's what's going to be happening. So, who? Rachel Reeves? I don't even know who she is. Sorry, Wayne. Enlighten me. See, I want to tell you now, but I don't want to tell you. I've been told I can tell you. Just look on YouTube. Right, I'll put the link up on YouTube later, and then you'll see who it is. Tell you what, whoever guesses will get a free pack of merchandise. I know it's not the greatest prize in the world, but if you can guess who it is, and I know the people who I have told, so you are not allowed to join in. Simon, Darren. No, not Steve Mera. Not yet. He's still waiting for that call. Just thinking. Oh, you have? I'm sure I told you last week when I rang you. Or did I not? No, because you was trying to guess who it was, weren't you? Okay, so there's only Simon that knows. No, I didn't tell you. Sorry, mate. I thought I had, but we said no, we won't tell you and let you guess. Just... It is a she. She's English. I'm not a million miles away from where I am. I have met her. I met her last year. I've interviewed her... Ooh. 4 times, maybe, at least 3 times. Yeah, that's it. So I've not really got anything else to add. Katie, Nick, I need surnames. I can't just go off first names. No, it's not Bridget. Nope. Nope. So I need surnames or nicknames or something. The thing I can tell you on this, because the stream that we did was more for her viewers than it was for this. So, well, keep guessing. Got a few minutes left before I've got to go and get me dinner and then get ready for tonight's stream. Come on, I'm going to start dancing. Slow, erotic dancing to Darren's music. I'm sure nobody wants to see that. Not even Darren. Oh. So yeah, well, I'll wait for that. We've got Trey Hudson coming on tonight. We'll be talking about Skinwalker, return to Skinwalker, his thoughts, his theories, what's gone on there, what's still going on there. That's all I know. Well, has everyone forgot how to type? All your fingers fell off. What's wrong with you? Come on. Too much wine, I think it is. The lady... You're thinking of Gulliver, the lady who does the little people. Ken Dodd. Sorry, I'm just in one of them moods. Quite possibly. Right, let me go back on the comments and see. Yes. So Darren and Og both got it. So it's Kate, Hair Girl, Ray. So I'm going to be co-host. I'm not going to be doing anything. Co-hosting on Hair in the Half Arm with Kate, Hair Girl, Ray. We recorded one this afternoon. That's going out on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. I know she don't mind me telling you because we literally had a chat about it less than an hour ago. So, yeah. So that's it. So it's going to be going out. We're going to be recording once a month to start off with and then just go from there because she covers more paranormal and the Fae folk. And I learned so much about the Fae and elementals and the connection from that, like for the forest and woods and Bigfoot and then the Bigfoot connection to the UFOs. So it's kind of like it's going to go full circle, and there's so much that we're going to be talking about and covering. Like she said, most of it is probably just going to be us two sat there chatting and talking about our thoughts of what these different things could be, our encounters, our experiences. Basically, Kate interviewed me, and it is more for people that don't know who I am from her channel to have a bit of an insight for me, and obviously nothing to do with Alienate UK. I forgot where I was going with this. Yeah, so they get a bit of an insight of who I am, what I do, why I'm into this, how long I've had encounters going on. And I spoke about bench guy, I spoke about the not air balloons, I spoke about pterodactyl, the light figure on the bedroom wall. That's where it began. And I'll go quite in depth with it and more of an understanding, I think, as to why these things are happening. So you just have to watch it. Sorry, Alex, but this one's going to be more important. Do apologise. So yeah, that's 7 o'clock Sunday evening. Hair in the Half Arm. If you are not already subscribed, please can you subscribe to a channel? And then yeah, we're just going to go from there. And like I said, it came about because we was both contemplating what to do next. It kind of like YouTube is just at a standstill. I know you guys come in every week and have guests on every week, and Nicole co-host and nickname helps me get guests on and all that kind of stuff, and I really appreciate every single little thing like that. But it's just, there was something that just wasn't feeling right about it. I'm still not 100% now. There's still something niggling. But then I was speaking to Kate about it and was throwing ideas at each other. It just kind of, do you know what? Why not even? Not let's not. Why not? Let's just do it. Let's go for it. As Dr. Pepper says, what's the worst that can happen? So let's see how it goes. It should work fine. Both a little bit eccentric. Cheers. Take that as a compliment. But it's coming at it from different angles, different perspectives. She's had encounters, I've had encounters, and they've not been the same. Like you guys have had encounters that have not been the same to what we've had, and you might think it's something totally different. So yeah, just watch Sunday evenings, just me talking about what you guys have probably already heard, but like I said, it's more for following than this. But then hopefully some of you guys will come over there and vice versa, and yeah, it's just a little bit of everything. And it just seems to be the right thing to do at the moment. So that's it. So nothing on here is going to change. This is going to remain exactly the same as it is, but it's just going to be a Wednesday, Friday for members, and then Saturdays in the odd days here and there. Like I said, because I'm off like Mondays and Fridays for the next few weeks, so I'm going to do a few more of these if anything changes. Not too many. Don't want to bore you to death. But I've got a couple at the Cryptid conference as well. I've got a couple of live interviews that I'm going to be doing from people not at the conference as well. So guests that have been trying to get on that I've just not been able to fit in. So yeah, you'll probably only get a 1-2 hour window notification for that, if you get a notification at all. And that's it. So if you have any questions, I've got 5 more minutes and then I'm going to knock this off and start getting ready for tonight's show, for the real show. So just sit here and wait and chill to the music. Appreciations to Darren for doing this. For those who didn't, I don't know if anyone's come in the chat or not come in the chat, cheaper way of getting the clothing is buy a £2.50 t-shirt from this place, and I've got some iron-on transfers. I didn't think it was going to work at first and thought I've been ripped off with the transfers, but you've just got to keep it on that a little bit longer. It probably took about 3-4 minutes for it to then, before I could peel it. That's because I've got the sun coming in and it's not at night, so I'm not having to put all my stupid lights on. That's why it looks a little bit brighter. So yeah, so that's the size of the transfer. I think it's about 3 inches. And it does, I hope I've put it on straight. I've not actually put the t-shirt on yet, but I thought if I'm going to do it, I'm going to put it on a cheap t-shirt than one of my better ones, rather than ruin it. So I'm hopefully, as long as that's straight, it looks straight, I'll be putting that on tonight's show, just to show you all. So cheap alternative than paying 15-20 quid for a t-shirt, and then yeah, I had to keep the iron on for like 3 or 4 minutes on. So you put the t-shirt on the ironing board or worktop or wherever, then you put a towel over it. I used what they called? Tea towel, because they're thinner. It's not like thin cotton, isn't it? So I just folded it over so it wasn't too thin or too thick, and it just wasn't doing it. I honestly thought it was going to burn me. I hate ironing. I just buy clothes that don't need ironing. So I kept on like there to bed. I kept peeling. I should just peel it. So when I am, but the letters are coming up because you're gonna have to keep it on longer. So I put it on for longer, and just So in total, it was 3-4 minutes with the iron. Just keep turning it so it didn't burn an hole through everything. It worked. There's no scorch marks. There's no burns in it. I've got a tea towel. Crimp on the back of it. Well, if you just see it there where the tea towel was on it. So so I just thought I'd try that. If it works, then I could just buy some t-shirts, iron them on myself, and then just send them out to you guys. So we'll find out later if I look all crooked or not. So if you, like I said, if you're interested in any of the merchandise that I've got, let me know, drop me a message. I've ordered some temporary tattoos, same as that. They should be coming in the next few days, and then that's it. I'm going to see what sells, what doesn't sell. If it doesn't, I'll just end up keeping a shitload of stuff here and doing a car boot one weekend. But this is literally what I've got. All them big ones are 3 inches. The smaller ones, like the key ring, I think that's 2 inch or 1.5. So all of that together, including postage, would be 20 quid individually. So what you see is it'd be the transfer or the key ring or the bottle opener or the big decal or the little decal, them on the right hand side. Each of them are £3.50. The 2 holographic stickers, both of them would be £2.50. The 2 lots of 2 stickers, the ones just above the holographic and the ones in the middle. So the 2 small that say alienate, you count them, and the 2 small that don't, so it'd be both of them. So you get 4 stickers, that'd be £3.50, and you'd also get a full strip of the QR codes with any of the ones that you buy. Stick them wherever you want. If you get caught, it's nothing to do with me. Yeah, stick the QR codes on top. There you go. So yeah, so I've got them because I got them for when I was doing the talking at the conference, but now it's been cancelled twice. I don't think they're going to be doing it a third time. I'm not going to be vending there, so I'm just going to have to do a Dow Boy out the side of my jacket or out the back of the car. Oh yeah, that's it. So I'm guessing no one's got any questions. If they've not, I'm going to end this now because I do need to go and grab something to eat and then start getting ready for tonight. It's just over 2 hours, so yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for coming on. Might have been a bit boring, but I just wanted to do all this now rather than do it when a guest comes on and not take up any of their time. So that's it. Right, so thank you for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully at 8:30. We're joined by Nicole and Trey Hudson. So enjoy the next 2 hours, and I'll see you shortly. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
If you would like to help to support the channel, you can do this by joining the YouTube membership or Patreon, which both have a number of different tiers, or you can donate via PayPal. Links are in the channel description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.